Welcome in, everyone, to the Challenge After Show. Tonight, Pamela and I are talking about the challenge, season 41, Vets and New Threats, episode 12, Punch You in Your Face.
Yep. Another pull quote from one of the cast members, but my alternate title,
Hmm.
as I just told Dan, I didn't tell him what it was yet, so everybody get ready,
The
is
suspense is real.
Karma Sutra 69. That's what it should,
Yes.
you think should have pulled that one. Come on. Of
That,
all the things, a mumbled, I'm gonna punch you in the face, like under the breath, versus Karma Sutra 69. Come on.
I agree.
That,
That was really good. Um,
yeah,
I'm
missed
gonna,
opportunity.
I'm gonna straight up say that Theo is my new favorite cast member this season. I'm a big fan. Uh, Last week was great. This week again. I can't wait to talk about the elimination, which was insane. Great episode because of the elimination mostly. Daily challenge was whatever. But yeah, just overall love the way that the episode was set up. Uh,
Hmm.
if this is what the challenge is now, then this is a great episode. If this is what we get and this is how they're doing it, yeah.
Dan, I am completely with you. This last week, I was like, all right, I didn't dislike it and I wouldn't say anything negative about it. But today I was like, now I'm back in, or because I watched it this morning. So this was
Hmm.
was into it again. Last week, I was like, this is fine, whatever. This was back there for me. I didn't necessarily care for the way everything shook down. And I feel like it was very unclear, which I'd like to say a lot of people were with us on that were like, what happened? And I did go on Reddit and someone sort of had a breakdown. And basically, John A, the answer to that essentially is that John A was just didn't want to was like conflict avoidant with Theo. That's why she didn't say, no, you didn't say that. But that's last week. We're on to this week. I agree with you. I thought it was great. There was a lot of drama. I also love Theo, which I'm very impressionable. So I don't like to read any comments from anyone about anything until after I've watched it and we've done this. And I accidentally saw someone say, like, Theo lost me this week and last week. And I was like, what? Theo got me on board
Yeah.
this week. I love a sassy Theo. Remember the season where he was partners with that terrible girl, Sarah, and he just did nothing the whole season? I thought he had no personality. I'm excited.
Yeah, I like an underdog
It
story.
was an American.
He's the underdog just because everyone's ganging up on him to put him in. So that's also helped me like him. And the way that he reacted when he won the elimination, can't wait to get into that. Yeah, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Basically, what I finally realized the split of the alliances. Here we go. So basically, one alliance
Okay.
is just Olivia and Will, supposedly, Adrian and Theo, and Anissa and Jake. That's the one alliance. And then there's the other alliance, basically with everybody else in the thing. So it's Olivia and Theo, obviously, and now Anissa's with them as well, because we know Anissa now moved rooms. She's no longer with the vet girls. That's it. That's that whole alliance. That's what's left of it. And basically, the rest of the house is going up against them. That's how they set it up. They also set up Leroy and Derek talking, and I was like, oh crap, something's going to happen with them. And we do find out that something does with one of them. So yeah.
And then Derek, yeah. So when Leroy and Derek were talking, Derek was saying, this was my other confused moment of this episode, and probably Derek was confused too. So I don't know. He's like, oh, I get it now. It's not that confusing. He was saying, my main alliance is
Hmm.
Sydney and Turbo or
Yeah.
something. And I was like, what? And now I remember
Oh,
that's
because
because
Dee's best
Dee
friends
and
with Sydney.
Sydney are okay. I get it now, but I was like, what, Derek? I was so confused. I didn't even think about, I wasn't thinking about Dee.
This is
Okay, that's
unfortunately this is not the same Derek that we're used to seeing. Even when he came back the season before, was he back for 40? He was back for this is like I said, he's just not the same guy. I mean, they kept showing highlights of him. I'm like, that's a different person. That is a
yes.
different person. Just like I don't know if you've seen the whole Mandy Moore's going around on online right now. They're showing pictures of Mandy Moore and what she looks like. Look her up right now. And they show her like a year ago what she looked like. I'm like, that's not the same person. They look Bradley Cooper again. They're showing pictures of Bradley Cooper right now. They show him a year ago, and you're like, That's the same guy. It's interesting. Look it up if you want. Those are some celebrity examples.
I
But
love
Derek is
Mandy
more for his
Moore.
performance, huh?
I love Mandy Moore. I don't think I've seen her in a long
Look her
time,
up right now. Just look her up real quick. Come
but
on, go. Look her up. Go.
okay.
You're gonna be like, well,
It's
who is
funny
that?
because
As you're
while
looking
I'm
that
looking her
up,
up, I'll tell you that
yeah.
Luke was upset about seeing, he's like, I don't want to see Lacey Chabert like as an adult on all these,
Why?
she's
Because
in
he
these
liked
like
her on Party
Halloween
of Five.
movies.
Big Party
Well,
of Five fan.
he's just not ready for her to be Mandy Moore. Okay, I've just went to her Wikipedia. Sorry, pressure.
All right.
But I was like, oh, I think she looks great. And he was like, it's not that she looks great. I just want her to forever be a child. Yeah. He's like, no, it's just weird to me that she's like an adult. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, it's not that she doesn't look good for a grown woman.
Well, that's different than what you're
No,
gonna
I'm
say.
writing a movie. Sorry.
All right. While you're looking
It's
that
been a
up,
long.
let's talk about The
Mm.
Running Man starring Glenn Powell. Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen this, but Glenn Powell's in a new TV show called Chad Powers, Pam. And
So I'm sorry. I'm not seeing any like Mandy Moore. Oh, did she like get, oh, that's not Mandy Moore.
I don't
That's
know.
a really weird picture.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like that's
Here we
just a
go.
super bizarre picture.
Yeah. Well,
It
that's
doesn't look anything like me. I will say that it's not the same. It does not look like the same person. It's not that she doesn't look great. She looks like a very attractive person in that picture, just not herself. And I think some of those things are just very strange angle. I'm gonna play. She has like orange lipstick on, and it's a weird angle because I just saw her in something not. She looks a year. She looked normal a year ago. So I'm gonna
all right.
say I'm
Let's
gonna
let's
give
move on. Let's move
Mandy.
on to The Running Man. If you have a
Sorry,
chance, Pamela, if you have a chance, check out Chad Powers on Hulu. It's his
it's
other,
good.
it's a show that he has out. It's a football show, so if you like football, it's so funny. Stacy and I laugh so hard at watching the show.
Really?
Now he's in everything right now. This Glenn Powell,
Yes.
good for him. By the way, met him in real life. So small, like he's not big at all. He's super small. Yeah, he's
They always are.
he is. He's. I'm like hovering. I'm like awkwardly hovering over him, and I'm only 6 feet tall. Anyways, the Running
6 feet
Man.
tall is tall.
It's all right. But the Running Man also looks like kind of a cool concept for a show. This one actually kind of goes along better with the actual this show here on the challenge. I'm excited to watch this one too. I don't know when it comes out. They
So
didn't really give us
it's
any.
a show or a movie?
I don't know. It might be. It's probably a movie. I think. Yeah.
I think it's a movie.
Yeah. It looks
So
good.
The Running Man came out, the original one, when I was like a small child, and we
Right.
had a family movie night. And I remember being excited, like was too little to watch it, but watched it and like loved it. So I'm like, is this Running Man like with Arnold Schwarzenegger? And it is a remake of that. It's a great movie. Probably does not hold up at all. But it's a really cool concept. It's really fun. I'm excited about this. And him, that I was also excited about, is now streaming, but you have to pay like $20 for it.
Right. I'm not gonna. I'm
So
gonna wait on
I
that.
think I might. I think I might do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
anyways, that's the name of
Oh,
the daily. Yeah.
one more. I have a friend that met Glenn Powell in person too and said he was like super crazy hot. So for all you Glenn Powell fans out there, don't be discouraged by the shortness. She didn't notice that. She was like,
Okay.
now I'm obsessed with him and I never was before. And she was after meeting him in person.
Hey, he was
So
he
yeah.
definitely was not a bad looking guy when I met him, and he was super nice. So there you go.
Well, if you want to see some early Glenn Powell, we are rewatching for one of our nighttime
Hi,
shows
kids.
for Spooktober. No, not that early. Scream Queens, which I didn't remember he was in,
I didn't either.
and he's in. Yeah, I loved that killer show that he was in, that movie where he was a hitman or something. I think it was called Hitman.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're,
The one that came out recently. Okay, I was thinking if you
yeah,
were thinking of his career before he made it big on Maverick. No, this was that Hitman was after. That was a pretty good movie.
yeah, I enjoyed that. All right. I've gotten the Glenn
No
Powell's
worries.
out.
Okay, let's get to Running Man. 10 containers with cars inside. They got to get ropes and chains off it. Drive that manual stick shift baby down the street, and then pop off the hood. Get the transponster. I'm quoting Friends now. Transponster. He's a transponster. It's Chandler's job. They don't know what it is.
Okay.
Transponder, and then they have to bring it into the thing, drop it in there. I don't. It,
Okay.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's
I,
okay.
you,
Whatever.
yeah.
I don't. I honestly do not have much to say about it except for the fight that we can, or the I don't know, the diss, the bullying. I don't know what the hell it's called to call it, but we can get into that.
Well, let's just get into, yeah. So the challenge was cool. I couldn't believe that Nani and Justin, that's my shade, didn't know how to or couldn't figure it out so much that they pushed the car. That was my only
I thought it was a
big
great plan B though.
takeaway. It was a great plan B. I'm glad that they were inventive. Nani again showing up.
Mhm.
Um, so we get into that argument, and I this season have been team Closet Alliance, team Michaela and the vet girls, anti-Olivia. I have to say I was team Olivia on this argument. It seemed so out of pocket, and of course it's edited and we don't know the background, but first of all, Theo, well, let's break it down. So Theo's it's coming down to the wire of who are the last couple of teams, D and Derek, Ashley and Leo,
Yep.
and I think Theo
And Michaela
and
and Leroy in America. Those are the four.
yeah. So Theroy and Ashley and Leo, Theroy and Adrienne and Ashley and Leo are like neck and neck, and Theo beats everybody. But Michaela, again, this is what I thought of exactly our example of when she just talks out of turn and is overly opinionated or sort of. She's like, cheating Theo, doing it again, which he's not winning. He's not going to get anything until his partner comes. Michaela doesn't need to be the cheat police
Yep.
on that.
Yep. I agree. I mean,
Where, yeah, like cheating Theo, where's your partner? Go get your partner. Like, what do you care?
and so I said,
He
I
got
wrote
there
down,
first.
I said, Michaela, what do you want him to carry her across the finish line? She was like 50 feet behind him, if not less. And guess what? It doesn't matter if he gets the thing in before Leroy or after. They're not playing for first place. They're playing for like eighth and ninth place. And guess what?
Well,
There's
not to
two,
lose,
yeah, but there's two
not to lose, and I get
Pamela.
it.
There's two couples
But
still in there that they know they're not going to lose. You know what I mean?
oh, okay.
There's still D and Derek, Leo and Ashley. They're not even close. So my point is, what do you mean he's cheating? He's not going to win or lose. He's just going to finish. And did you want him to carry her across the line? He
Adrienne.
just has to wait for her. He doesn't need. It doesn't matter if Leroy and America beat them. They're still going to be. They don't get more points for this anymore. It's all just garbage time. They're
I
just
don't know why she was so activated about that. I really don't. It's not like he was gonna. You're even thinking that there was still more stakes, that it was to like not lose.
there
I
was no. It
still
didn't
was
matter
like, all
what
right,
place he
Michaela,
used in there.
we
Like
can
there
see
was.
he's not gonna. It felt unnecessary to me. And then,
I
so
think
then they
Theo.
get,
I think Theo was just trying to make a good time so that Adrian had someone to catch up to keep her motivated. If he ran alongside her, maybe she would have been a little. I think he was just trying to keep her as close as possible to him by running ahead to say like catch up to me as much as you can because obviously she doesn't run as fast as he does. But like he wasn't even close to last place, so there's no way that he's worried about getting last place. He's just trying to finish. He wasn't cheating. She, Michaela has an issue with Theo. I don't know what that issue is. They're obviously in different alliances. If it's just that, then it's just that. A fun conspiracy can be she's jealous that Olivia and him are dating, but obviously it's not really. But his conspiracy, she's jealous that Olivia got Theo and she actually thinks he's cute too, but there's no chance for her to get him. That's a joke conspiracy, but
I like it. No, I
throw it
like
out there
it.
for some
It
fun.
does seem,
Because you
it
have to
does
understand,
seem
Pamela,
more
Theo said that he's been doing this for weeks to both him and Olivia, not just him, but
right.
I mentioned last week that she made fun of him for being up on the beam. Again, unnecessary. And then she does it again. She's making my point for me every week by continue. And MTV is purposely showing us this because they're making Michaela out to be a villain towards them for some reason or a bully towards them. They didn't have to show us any of this stuff, but they're showing it to us for a
Oh,
reason. So there you go. I don't know.
that's where it got to me too too like intense where so again the throwaway comment about Theo's cheating ass I can take that as a throwaway comment again. It doesn't make sense because he's not, and he's not going to win the points. And then though Olivia, so she says to Olivia something, I don't remember, it was just Olivia,
She
did she
says
say
that she
excuse
says she's
me
gonna.
about that?
She said to like to
So
not.
hold on. So Olivia says, this is the, because I rewound it a million times. So Olivia goes, excuse me? And she goes, yeah, excuse you. We're not friends. Get the fuck out of my face or I'm going to punch you in the face.
Yeah,
And it's like, whoa, that is, and Olivia just seems like, what?
she's
Which that's
shocked.
why it's not like Olivia. That's why, again, it just seems so excessive that I wish your crush theory was true or something was true. And we'll have to look into the world and maybe Michaela's commented on it. But from what we've seen, they have pretty virtually zero relationship. Like it's not adversarial per se,
Yeah,
except
And
alliance
Michaela,
wise.
to me,
Like,
it's like Michaela. Do you expect Olivia to not stand up for her boyfriend and say, "Hey, hold on, why is he? What's it to call you out? So you got called out, Michaela. You didn't like that, so you jump back and
right.
you're going to punch her in the face." Okay, all right.
And excuse me is like the most innocuous call out. Right. She wasn't like, what the fuck did you say? Like to that, I could see like, get out of my fucking face. I'll punch you. Because that's an aggressive, excuse me, is like, well, he shouldn't have crossed without his part, would have been a response.
And guess
Or
what? And guess what? Someone else is going to get called out later on in this episode and have the same type of reaction as Michaela, and I'm going to call it out as well from my perspective, and we'll get to that.
ooh, deep. Well, this I thought, but I was like, Michaela, what's it was back to where it's like, what are you talking about with Cara doesn't know anything, cheating Theo. It's a little, again, I have a lot of respect for our old timers. Michaela's a vet. She's a great competitor. This is not a disrespect to Michaela, but it's like you're not you're not there. You're not CT. You're not Nani even. Forget champion, but you haven't done 100 million. You're not the challenge boss. Like I don't know. I just felt like, why do you care as though this is you aren't the challenge, like bananas. I don't know why she was so upset. And I thought it was a little excessively mean to Olivia.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're in
And
agreement.
it's not like I love Olivia, but it was like, get out of my face. We're not friends. It just was too, it's like you brought a gun to a knife fight. Like Olivia said, excuse me, and you took it to like, fuck you, I hate you, I'll kill everyone you've ever met. It's like, whoa, whoa.
Let's talk about the next thing that happens. Obviously, Dee and Derek end up losing, so they're automatically going in. And then basically, uh, Sydney and Leroy and others are all nervous that uh, Theo and or Adrian are going to stake a claim, and they don't want them to stake a claim on their partner, especially Sydney doesn't want
So
everyone
basically the
turbo
whole
apparently.
house,
So they
except
want,
for, right. So the whole house, there's Olivia team, Theo team, and then Anissa team that are in an alliance, and then pretty much everybody else.
he's on the other side.
And yeah, so then right, so they're scared, sorry, that their logic is this again.
This is
I
no. This one was
I
actually
followed
easier than
it.
last week, Pam. They're
Yeah,
worried.
no, no, much, much easier. I get it. I just needed to repiece it together.
Yeah. They're just worried that
So
they're going to
tell me
stake
again.
claim on their. They don't want to lose their
It,
partners, especially
okay,
Sydney doesn't want to lose her partner. So they're going to
got
come
it.
up with a
Sydney, she
decoy.
was spinning. See, I just needed a memory jolt.
It's
Sydney
like,
was spinning the whole episode because she thought someone would. Okay,
yeah, they're
got
going
it.
to decoy. Now they're going to decoy Anissa and Jake so that Theo, and it works, so that Theo and Adrian won't stake a claim because I don't blame Theo and Adrian. If they think that they're going to go in, they might as well stake a claim to try to prevent that if they're automatically guaranteed. So great acting by Leroy. He fools Anissa into thinking that Anissa, I'm sorry, but there's talk in the house that you're going in. I loved this. I thought Leroy was great in this as well. He did what he had to do. You know what? Leroy, you come so far and made so many finals, but never actually won. So good for you. You had to maybe try to screw over somebody to get there, but you know what? That's what happens, and you have to win, and that's what you have to do sometimes. So yeah, Anissa, as always, look, these people don't want to work with Anissa. So they don't care if they screw over. They could have done this to any team, but no, of course they do it to Anissa, per usual.
Well,
She's
it
expendable.
may.
Nobody cares. Like, let's be honest, that's what happens. So
I think he cares, but I'm glad it worked out, and I agree. I'm happy to see Leroy mixing it up and like gaming a little harder.
Yeah.
And I was scared though. I'm glad it panned out because I was like, this could go very wrong if like Anissa and her partner,
Jake.
Jake Will, Jake, were the first to vote
Jake
and
Will.
they started a Leroy in America trend. Like that's where I was like, oh, what if this backfires? Because now
No,
what if
Anissa
she's
didn't think
it all worked out.
Anissa's in the smaller alliance. She knows that she has does not have the numbers. So when Leroy told her, she took that to heart. She believed it 100% because this is from her friend Leroy. It was a good move by Leroy because he knew
Yeah.
she'd believe him if he could. Then she runs and perfectly runs to Olivia and tells Olivia, and it just everything lined up. Done.
It worked out perfectly. It was executed perfectly. Before it happened, I was like, uh-oh, is this going to come back? Is this going to be the end of Leroy in America?
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't.
I
Yeah, no,
mean,
it was
so
great.
in the voting, obviously, then we find out it does, and then Anissa's all upset. But yeah, Theo and Adrian get 5 votes. Leroy and America end up getting 3, and literally Anissa gets 0. Plain and simple. Obviously, Theo and Adrian do not stake a claim because they think that they're safe, and it worked out perfectly.
It really did.
I have a lot to say about bad dreams, so let's talk about bad dreams.
Okay.
This is the pillow fight on
Um,
the log. When I saw it, Pam, I was like, they're going to be standing up on this thing, and I'm like, that can they at least give them a balance beam? That thing is like curved. It's a log. Like, how are they going to stand on this? And then we find out they are sitting the whole time. What did you think of the elimination? Because this was really interesting.
okay. I thought it was great. I loved we've never seen this before, right? We've seen maybe versions of it, but not just like
We've
this.
seen King of the Hill stuff. This is like a classic like King of the Hill. Who can stay up there the longest? This is like American Gladiators when they're on those
Right.
poles and they're fighting with the stick. Same concept, but not this version.
Yeah. But a fun twist. I was definitely it was fun and interesting to watch because clearly Theo was completely dominating Derek, and then Dee was completely dominating Adrienne. So it was like, what's going to
Yeah,
happen?
yeah.
This, well, you tell your thoughts because mine are mostly towards the
Well, my
after.
thoughts were from earlier. Derek is, I mean, he does not have the length. Theo has length on his arms. There's no way. And for some reason, Theo figured out how to balance. I don't know how he had his legs under there or how he figured it out. He figured out how to balance. Derek could not figure out how to even balance, and he's so much smaller. And then D, who is solid, and so is Adrian. They're both like solid to the thing. But D is I know D is more athletic than Adrian. Adrian is what I expected to happen, which was her to not be good at this, not to be good at much. I don't think Adrian's a great competitor, and I think that D is obviously better than her at stuff. And D didn't deserve to go home, and Adrian didn't deserve to stay. And then on the other side, Theo deserved to stay, and Derek did not deserve to stay. You know what I mean?
It,
Like that just it is what it is. But you're working with a partner, and that's what you have to deal with. And
yeah.
yeah, it is what it is.
Well, when it was okay, so Theo's beating Derek every time.
5 times.
Derek
5 times.
5 times immediately. I mean, just I think it's also there has to be something about strength because Derek is not.
Look, it wasn't.
I mean, Derek was knocked down every time
It
Theo
wasn't that
pillowed.
Derek. It wasn't that Theo was hitting him ridiculously hard. He had a freaking pillow for crying out loud. It was the fact that Derek literally couldn't get balance. So when you hit him, he just rolled right off. It wasn't even. He did. He hit him hard, but not hard enough where if you had good balance, you couldn't withstand the hole. He just literally could not figure out how to balance on this thing.
Right.
And it was. It
What
was.
he should have done is just play defense harder after the first. He should have just literally held on with his arms and legs
Yes.
and tried to get a little, but
I don't think he was knocking Theo off that. Now, I was gonna say once they made round 6, the coin flip, and then the guys had
okay.
to do it, I thought to myself, Pam, wow, if Derek beats Theo in this is super unfair because they're changing this is a completely different game now. I'm sorry, but standing on a super unbalanced beam versus sitting on one, this is a game changer. And it did equalize it much more for the two opponents because I thought for sure Theo is so darn tall, having like I was never good at skateboarding because you're so tall. Shorter people, I feel like, would have better balance and be because you're lower to the
Yes,
ground. Well, guess what?
yes.
Derek is 5'10" and Theo is 6'6".
Look at gymnasts. Look at a gymnast. They're small and compact. They're small
Right.
and strong.
So my point is,
So
this made it unfair to
suddenly,
Theo. If Theo had lost this, I would have had a lot of, I don't want to say complaining, but a lot of like issues with how they decided to make it. But luckily, he was still able to get out there. Derek looked better getting out on that beam than Theo did. But
well, what did
Theo,
you, well, totally. So what did you, first of all, did you have a preference? Did you want it to be girls or boy? Like, who did you want to see compete in this lightning round?
well, I wanted Theo to stay. So I was like, there's no way Adrian is going to beat D out there. So I'll take the chance of the two guys going just based on Derek mentally
Okay.
was probably like, I've already lost 5 times. Can I actually pull this off? He was already kind of in his head, maybe. So I luckily got what I wanted there. And then obviously Theo beat it pretty easily, even standing. So yeah.
Because it was opposite teams, I guess, since we didn't know it was going to be mixed up, whoever you're rooting for as a team, I guess that's who you, if it, your team Theo and Adrienne, you want it to be guys. And if your team D and Derek, you want it to be girls. When it was guys, I was surprised. And then I'm with you 100%. When they were walking out there, I was like, it's not fair
This
that
sucks. Like, what the hell? Theo worked so
Theo
hard and
did
now
all that and so dominated, and he's gonna fall. He's not even gonna be able to start. He's not gonna be able to do
right,
anything. He's gonna fall before it even starts.
right. And then
And
and then he still beat Derek there. Now, here's my next big thing of the night is Theo every right. He has every right to be pumped up. He's been down into 2 eliminations now. He's yelling up at the crowd, calling him the P word,
yeah,
calling him whatever. But of course, everyone else takes it and says, you know what? We have sent you down there twice. We're gonna drink our own medicine here. You have every right to be yelling at us because we say no, not Turbo, not Man of Honor Turbo. He can't just, he has to respond. Hey, guess what, Turbo? Let me, what, because he can't think this way. Let's reverse it for you, Turbo. Let's say that the house sent you down there 2 times, and guess what? You won 2 times in a row. You're telling me you're not going to be yelling up there at a CT or whoever else he hated this season, whoever else he was always arguing with, saying they're not a man of honor, bullshit, 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 garbage. You would. So you know what? But you can't be quiet. You got to yell back. So screw you, Turbo. That peed me off, man, because Theo earned his spot. What have you done this season, Turbo? Have you, honestly, right? He hasn't been down into an elimination, I don't think. And not only that, if he has, my bad, but even that, he hasn't performed great in any of the challenges. He finishes third, fourth, fifth, sixth place. Has he really won anything this season? But no, he's the only time he did win was when Sydney gave him all the damn answers in that BS one where everyone was disqualified anyways. That's the only time he did it because someone gave you the answers. So guess what, Trevor? Your
yeah.
season's not that great. You're surviving greatly because you have so many people thinking that you're the man because of past seasons, which you obviously have performed great, no doubt there. All Stars 5 or whatever he was on last. Which one was he on recently where he just like every puzzle?
Well, of the he was on All Stars, but of the vet males who are
I
all
get it. I get it. My point
not
is,
where
though, my
where
point
the
is,
younger dudes are, Turbo is the most capable, I think,
agreed.
to
I
some
agree.
extent. So I understand why he's got that. But yeah, no, I didn't take this as nearly as
Heart, to his honor. He's so mad. I'm like, relax,
I
dude.
mean, yeah, I
Chill
think
out,
he's
bro.
I thought Theo's shit talking was funny.
Oh, it was great.
I didn't
Oh,
think
it
it
was, and that's
was
how
great.
people need
And
to just.
Turbo's is funny too. I feel like they're probably like
No, I think
fine.
Theo was dead serious, and I think Turbo was dead serious. I don't think either of them were doing that for camera. I really don't. I think
No,
that
no, no. I
Turbo
don't
took
think for
that
camera.
personally. When dude, he
Yeah.
put him in there twice and like made a big deal out of like saying his name all these times. He has every right to call you out, dude. And you know what? Yeah, you can call him out back, but you look like an idiot for doing it because he's earning his spot on the season where you're just gliding along because everyone thinks you're the best thing that ever since sliced bread. Like, get out of here, man.
And having said that, their alliance, so D and D, Derek and D, their luck ran out tonight. They came in first the two last
That's
times. They lost with this one, which is really weird. Even
and then do the
all
same with Yermi
respect
and
to
Aviv.
them,
Look at
it
Yermi
was
and Aviv. Remember Yeremy and Aviv? They got
Jeremy and
last
Aviv
place, and now they got
won.
first place. It's weird how every week anything can happen, Pam. You make an excellent point. You just don't know
It's
where you're going to place. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I felt well, okay, so now breaking down this fight. So Theo's saying I'm coming after you. This it's an all-out war. But if you do think about it, so Dee and Sydney were best friends. So Sydney and Turbo, they're not really locked into either the Olivia or the Vet alliance. They're not particularly, well, now they're certainly not on the Olivia Theo, but they're not a top choice for those Vet girls. They don't want to see Sydney and Turbo in a final. Theo could get people to vote against them.
Hopefully, because next week
They're kind of
they do mention next week they're trying to go after a big team. They do not mention what team that is, but there is some talk of them saying, why were they? Because, like, look at this real quick. We got 5 minutes because I'm signed into Stacy's Zoom and not
okay.
mine, so we are on a limited time because I didn't sign her out and sign me in. I forgot. The people that got first place tonight, right? Or the order: Yeremy and Aviv, first place.
Jeremy,
Cedric and
Michaela,
Michaela,
yeah.
Will and Olivia, Turbo and Sydney. Those are your top four teams that we can talk. So they need, if any of those lower teams, which is like 6 of them below them, team up, go after a big hitter, because if you really want to win this money, you have to eliminate at least a couple of those teams to even stand a chance against them. So that's what they look like they're going
Well,
to try
was
to do.
Michaela saying tonight that she wanted to send Jeremy and Aviv home at some point, or did I make that up?
Maybe, but that's a good. She should want
They
to.
are the team to beat. Yeah. If I'm uh at this point, if I'm Turbo and Sydney next week, I'm playing to win because they're not as locked into that alliance as other people. So Theo gunning against them, it's a battle. I'm here for it, and we
You
like to
want
see
it?
a little shit.
I really think the house is too afraid to get on Turbo's bad side. If they even mention his name, you see how he comes after people, how he came after CT to see. I'm just saying, I mean, I agree with you, Pam. Who cares? But they do care because there's a lot of money on the line. We're just talking about it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So that's the
I
big.
get it, but he's very volatile. I don't know that he's got a ton of backup with his. I don't know. Only
I think he's really good at puzzles. I think he's a good on the show. I
Oh,
think
he's a great competitor. I mean, social game. He's not going to organize a coup. I don't know that he's. I don't know.
I
He's
don't
got
know.
Nani as his liaison on that side. He talks a lot of shit, but I'm just saying I don't know that he hatches. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying we're not seeing him mastermind. He's not a Wes. He's not a master manipulator that's gonna whisper to get the whole house to secretly vote in Theo. He's not like that. He's what you see is what you get. He thinks you wronged him. He's gonna yell at you. Which
Do
both
you
of
like
them are
how it
upfront
says? Do you like how it
about.
says Stacy lingered on my screen? By the way.
I don't see it. Oh, Stace. Uh,
Anyway,
yeah, I don't know. It was great though. Overall, I thought it was great. I thought it was action-packed. It was exciting. I do think Adrienne deserves to be there. I think she's showed up for a
look,
lot for all these things
she's attached
and
to
has
Theo.
withstood the pressure.
I'm rooting for Theo, so in turn, I'm rooting for Adrian, and that is what it, I
I
think.
do think she's
Yeah,
done better. I think Dee has been pretty freaking lackluster this
he has. But tonight,
season, considering
yeah, even in
tonight she was great.
the elimination, the daily
She
challenge,
dominated.
they got last place for a reason. So obviously, neither of them performed well in that elimination. It was just the 2 weeks before the trivia, and then the one they won last week. It was like, okay, they won 2
Uh,
and then
I,
boom, last place. It's so this the challenge world is fickle with with these daily challenges and eliminations. You don't know what you're going to get.
except when they're not. But we do have the consistent teams that are always in the top. Yes and no. The D and Derek losing wasn't a huge surprise to me. Them winning twice was. I hate to be mean, but we have to address the most before we're done.
Hmm.
Derek is not the same person. You're right. Ashley's, I was like, it's so horrible, but it's not like he's like Christopher Reeves. He can like still walk and he's in good shape, but yeah, he is not. Ashley really summed it up brutally.
What
Did
did she
you hear
say?
Ashley's?
What did she tell me
She
again?
said, Derek, it might be time
Oh yeah.
to hang up your jersey. This is cringe. It's just
Yeah. And
really
he's been
everything.
wanting to get back on the show for years now, and they finally gave him the call, and he came back for 2 seasons. I would be shocked if they called him again. Unfortunately, he's not that guy because
I
he used to be the guy. He's headbutt anybody, badass, and now he's just kind of taking up space. We want, at least give us something on the other side of that, and he just can't.
Agree. I will always love Derek, but
Oh, for sure. For what he's
he
meant to
can't.
the challenge, 20 years on the show, he's one of the he's a great competitor. He's not the top dog like a CT Bananas or a West to me. He's right below it though. He's above a Brad, that's for sure. Like, but
He's a killer, but now he's too with the older guys,
yeah,
he's just little. And then the younger guys, he can't keep up. It's just there's not
right,
you
right.
need
They even
it's
showed real quick here. We have less than a minute. They showed how strong he was when he was like pole wrestling jock. He just looked bigger. He looked stronger. He just looked so
what
slim down, scrawny. He just you lose your muscle mass when you get older. You just do. I can't keep it up. I mean,
men do too. Like where okay,
I
so
think
you
so for
men.
sure. I can't
Oh, I
get.
guess old people, that's even men. That's why they're hunched.
I can't get as big as I used to be. Unfortunately, it is what it is.
Okay.
All right, look, we're out of here. We'll see you next week. Episode 13. Bye, y'all.